stibidim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we lovely. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Well, I've got somebody with me to share my heavy load. I feel His presence near me every day. No matter if trouble take me along life's weary road. Yes, I've got somebody with me all the way. Hey, Koshata, my Koshata, yeah. Good morning and welcome. Ladies, I'm not confused. No mistake. If you don't confuse by ladies, sir, me want get in a spirit, me want dance, I don't know what to do. Where is Lady Saw taking us? Trouble over that person that you've got with you all the way, Lady Saw. At what point did he step away, dropped off, step back? When you come out, you come tell we say, I'm coming back to the stage to answer you all. Good morning and good afternoon to those on the London timeline, the UK timeline. Good afternoon on the Eastern timeline. Good morning and welcome to the Global Television Group, to those on Facebook, on our 3 YouTube channels, and on the X. Good morning to my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators and membership holders. Good morning, everyone. Marcia Thomas, Sunshine, Natalia Freeman, Debbie Jervis, Patricia Matthews, Beat and Teach, Sim Cousin Jamie Wagwan, Dolores Logan, Kamar Johnson, JP, Jeffrey Worrell, how are you? Welcome to the Global Television family. Jeanette Riley. I don't want to miss anyone. Miranda Roddock. Sharon Bernard, Yvonne Johnson. Oops Official, good morning, and Tainted Congo. Jeanette Riley. Elaine Turner, Abinasar Cody. No sound. My sound has gone. Hold on. Mic check. It is. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Is my audio working? Your sound is good. No, and thank you. Okay, thank you. Marcia, Esty, Miranda Roddock, Gloria Morris, Precious Allen, everybody, morning, afternoon, and welcome, EM. Shadi Obaniris, how are you? Verna Adams, Monica Hawthorne. Who have I missed? Bros, how are you? Morning, all good afternoon, and welcome. Sorry if I missed anyone. May have clinic appointment today, so I not go there long. We don't know, but we'll go knock about to a few things. We are going to knock out to a few things. Me confused by ladies, sir. Andrew, good morning. Because just when media build up myself to buy a ticket Miss Lady saw in a church, I preached in a granny frack yesterday, Millicent Barnett. Joanne P, how are you? Joanne. Mr. Lady saw turn up in a granny frack. Mama steam pleat yesterday, because so they don't call them in a mama days. Steam pleat dress. Look like schoolgirl or look like granny, Joanne Hutchinson. When me a plan to buy a ticket for our UK tour, she in a church yesterday a release song. And we are play with our God, you play with Lady Sir. Because this is getting beyond the pale now. Cousin Wagwan. Me ride or die cousin Mr. Linda, Rohan Linda, Wagwan. How Sheba, the morning Sheba, morning. Just when me a gear up, to buy ticket for the UK tour, I want a London ticket, I want a Birmingham ticket, Lilith Lackaby. Ladies are coming to church with Mama Steam Pleat Frack. I release song. And I tell you, so she got somebody with her to share her heavy load. Where was they, him, he, she, or whatever? When you come out with it, I tell you, I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away. Because sometimes I don't understand when I'm talking the American accent to the Jamaicans. Mavis Ashmael. But ladies, stop playing with we are God and stop confuse we are yourself. Stop it. George Eagle Eye, how you do? Colleen Jones. Stop walking confused we are yourself. It is getting beyond the pale now. 1 minute here, 1 minute there. If you want to come back out, come make money, please do. This is why I can't believe in a church, people. Because I don't have no faith. Call us sing Country Girl 84, how you do? But I want to put out advice to these entertainers this morning. Dr. Wendell Abel, why is my screen frozen? Dr. Wendell Abel to Queen Ifrica, Lady Sir, and the other mad one. Dr. Wendell Abel is a very good doctor in the area of psychiatry. Should anyone needs to get in touch with Dr. Wendell Abel, please get in touch with myself or Lisa Hanna. We both have direct contact or have people who have direct contact with Dr. Wendell Abel. It is important, particularly for Queen Ifrica and Lady Saw to get help. What is happening in public with these ladies is not normal and it don't look pretty. Spice is also on her way to a shell down or a breakdown, but when she gets closer, we will address her, Rosemary Samuels. But for the love of God, Lady Saw, Georgia Dennis, and Queen Ifrica, we don't need to get help now. The people who are around you all need to advise you, Millicent Jones, that we are not saying you do not have public opinion, but you do have a public status. You are all influencers even before the day of social media based on your music and your celebrity status. You have become influencers. Dean Miles, how are you? To a lot of us, the meltdown blue waves or the breakdown that we are seeing in public, my advice is to both of you, please get in touch with Dr. Wendell Abel. Dr. Wendell Abel is very much easy to get in touch with. It don't look good a lot of us out here, including me, look up to no, on our heydays, on our coming out days, on our heydays of music. Kevin Davis. Me as somebody who me is a big Lady Star fan. I idolize Queen Ifrica because I love her music. I love what she stands for, but she has been derailed. Real sweet. Sonia Foster. Queen Ifrica is being derailed. Likewise, Lady Star. It can happen to the best of us, darling. I've worked in an institution where on a low class people with mental health come there so. It's the company directors and the lawyers and doctors and the rich people, children. It can happen, darling, to the best of us. My advice to both of you, do not let the wound of psychology fester. There are ways, Patricia Williams, to deal with it. There are ways to deal with it, Janet Riley, in order to come back to that normal public statue that we all used to, both of you, with. But it's hard to see Queen Ifrica trying to chastise people when she do not have the patience to even listen to others. Lady Saw is woefully confused, and this has been going on for quite some while now with Lady Saw. But over the last year, Queen Ifrica has become rather perturbed. To me, it's going further downhill. Queen Ifrica and Lady Saw has an awful lot to offer in the area of music and culture and uplifting people. As nasty as Lady Saw might be, she's a good girl when it comes to culture. It's only because, Andrea, she had to go where the money was when she rose. But them two still have a lot to offer. But they, as they have told us all, they have been through a lot from their childhood days, which would at this stage of your life invoke clinical depression, the slightest problem you endure. Call it Richards. My advice, darlings, is to get help, married. Get help. Both of you can afford it. Even if you don't want to come out in a public, come ask on an audience to fund. On an audience will do it. Lower down on an out here, get money from people. Uno can get help. And I want to say to Pamela Okola, Brenda, and who was my other donor yesterday? Miss Violet. Thank you all very much for donating yesterday. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Anif Dawkins, how are you? Very much appreciated, Jem Ashton. The head of Jamaica. The royal family of Jamaica. Hugh Wildman said there is a separate royal family, Violet Watson. A separate King Charles for Jamaica and a separate King Charles for England. But this is your white British institution that legalized slavery. But if you listen to the argument in Jamaica these days, you would really think that John Golden and Mark Golden really instituted and legalized slavery. You would have thought the Constitution of Jamaica, written by the Colonial Office of Britain, given to Jamaica, was written by Mark Golden and his father. It is one piece of hypocrisy to go on about Mount Golden's British passport. It's totally the another hypocrisy to go on about a white man ruling Jamaica. God Almighty. When we are going to grow sense. Carlos, what go on, bro? It's one thing to go on about Mount Golden's British passport, but it's quite another thing to go on about Mount Golden's whiteness. That's your ceremonial leadership. That which your conscience swear allegiance to, that which all of your MP. And I want to make it clear to the Dunsatons of the Constitution. The Constitution spoke about member of Parliament and Senate representatives. It spoke nothing about Prime Minister. It is one of those member of the representative that becomes Prime Minister. So, if the Constitution wants to prohibit, as it stands in some people's minds, say it done, that the Prime Minister solely is subjected to the prohibition of dual nationality, then we can't be reading the Constitution right if we're subjecting Mark Golden to that. When the Constitution says members of Senate and members of the representative, it spoke nothing about leadership of the party. Stronger together, how you do? But to be going on about Mark Golden color, when everybody in Jamaica pledge their oath and allegiance to this family, it is rather shocking. Rosie D, Sonia Foster. U.S. Vice President to announce new initiative to strengthen U.S.-Caribbean partnership. This is where I'm going to slightly discuss a bit of war and peace with you. Remember when the Ukraine war started? The US and their ally were supplying defensive weapon to Ukraine. In war, for those of you who doesn't know, you have offensive weapon and defensive weapon. In the case of Ukraine, when the war started, they were supplied defensive weapon to shoot down Russian aircraft, to shoot down Russian missiles, and things like that. Those are the defensive weapons. But just recently, we saw the new package that the Americans authorized. The Americans have authorized offensive weapons, meaning those weapons Ukraine can fire and attack directly in Russia. This is an escalation to war. Further to that, the US and their European seizure of Russian assets have decided, John Bailey, to use Russian money to fight the war against Russia. That is also a grave declaration of war. You would have noticed that the Russians have sent a fleet, Indian nation, how you do? Is it Anunnaki Indian nation? The Russians have sent a fleet of warship and a submarine to Cuba and Venezuela, even though quickly declare that there are no nukes on the submarine. The Americans have turned up in Guantanamo area with their sub, as well as Cuba, not Cuba, Canada has turned up within that region. My question is, I have spoken to you before about Jamaica and the Caribbean geopolitical positioning when it comes to war between America, China, and Russia? Are we moving closer to the brink of another Cuban Missile Crisis? Because the show of strength Russia is saying to America, Kenny O'Gale, okay, I'm going to show you that I can walk up on your border anytime I want with warship and nukes. And the Americans are posturing. The Cubans, the Canadians are posturing. Are we heading to a geopolitical showdown with the Americans and the Russians in the Caribbean? Are we looming to another Cuban Missile Crisis in 2024? It is something that the Caribbean must look out for and keep in mind, because war is ratcheting up between the powers, and they will not play it out on their land. If there's going to be a war in that region, it will play it out in Venezuela or Cuba. It could be trying times for the Caribbean. These great powers are not afraid to conduct their battle on your land, as long as an upon for them land, them a carry it out, and a for them people a bleed, and a for them economy a destroy. So, we don't need to keep focus on what is going on in your region. We don't want frighten or surprise when war break out round on you. And if a war let loose within that region, it could quickly come to a nuclear war. Because as Cuba planned what Soviet Union then in the 60s to decimate Florida, if America tries its stuff, we don't want that standoff again. In today's world where we have a deranged Joe Biden, a looming unhinged Trump to enter the race, an aggressive Putin backed by Xi Jinping and Kim. We really don't want this in the Caribbean. We really do not want a nuclear standoff in the Caribbean, nor do we want a war between the Americans, the Russians, and the Chinese in our backyard. Be alert, people. Be alert. Things not as it seems. There's posturing of war globally. There's posturing of war within our region. And we ought to be careful. 5 murders in Hanover over 24 hours. And who gone down there? Dr. Chang. My question to you, Dr. Chang, could any of your guns, Dr. Chang, be involved in these murders? That's all I want to ask Dr. Chang this morning. Could there be a possibility that any of your AK-47s from that container, Dr. Chang, be involved in this shebang? Let me make some move on, because my appointment soon come up. Hey, bad mind, I go kill them. And then they say, I go mad them. Tell them to free up them. Can't. We're glad we get rid of you. When you did the organized crime unit, you enrich yourself out of drugs. Out of drugs rather than drugs boss. You enrich yourself. You turn up and you tell the whole heap a lie, blatantly plain. Don Fox in front of our face. Where do you son? You were the second runner-up for the commissioner job. Why you never know, say you're going to resign in September when you go up for such a job. Or you was planning to stick out another how much years as commissioner. Bad mind fits Pastor Fitzdaily. So now that they don't give you the commissioner job, you're stepping down. Bad mind, I will kill them. Bad mind Fitzdaily. Because just a few months ago, Stronger Together, thank you, bro. Just a few months ago, Christine Gilbert, you wanted to become the commissioner. So what you did going to do, sir? Take the commissioner job and then resign as commissioner, force us into putting out for another commissioner post? Is it that you wanted to resign as commissioner? You would have stayed on for another 5 to 10 years if you were given the job as commissioner. Or is it the reason of your resignation? Is it because you were not given the job as commissioner of police? Bad mind Fitzdaily. Bad mind, I go kill them. Because I can't understand. Just whether you wanted to be commissioner. I wonder Fitzdaily if Andrew P. Richards is going to position you in any political seat for the next general election. Me don't know. Them say Google Gaga is to be positioned as well. Them say Miss Phil Wimple, the thief in Phil Wimple. Them say she will come back. Warren Reid come back, definitely. Because unless uno fool are deaf like me, uno hear what Warren Reid ask, how you feel ask me so? If you were looking enough, you would have seen I'm in the thick of everything. I have my right to be here. I have my right to support Andrew. Because me supporting Andrew likely to block my prosecution or likely to hold off my prosecution for a long time. Some of them way I ask, Mr. Sir, rebel with a cause. So, we might just see Fitzdaily move fast somewhere and turn up somewhere. Renice Nichols, how you do? I'm a pastor, you know. I'm a pastor. Pastor mouth sweet. Pastor know how to fool the crowd. You know, careful. That's all me I tell you. No. PMP, we might just be heading for war. Because it's a PMP, if you don't support Damien education policy, it means so you don't plan Yvonne Green to turn around where education is going in our country. And let me tell you now directly here, you know say if it don't nice between Uno and Damian Crawford, it now go nice between Uno and a lot of we out here. Because Cesar Amam, we know that when Damian Crawford talk, him talk to poor people and poor people picnic. Even if him a hypocrite or him a play a game with we, him and one of the one in there, well, when him talk, we can say the one they attack sense or the one they attack. See, we, you buntu, how you do? That one they attack sense or that one they attack. See, we. So if Uno and Damien are in a problem, we and the whole uno PMP I go in a problem. Why uno don't see the need? The some Marine Faster, that drastic measures, funding, and all sorts needed in our education system. We really don't want to go down that road with we. So me I tell on the fan today, PMP, if Uno and Damien are got at odds over policy, Uno and the country are got at odds with policy. Because a lot of us is of the belief that when Damian Crawford speaks, he speaks on our behalf. A lot of us do believe that. When a lot of us listen to him, he speaks to the issues. He speaks to the issues that we debate amongst ourselves. So this is just one problem a come. Michelle Lewis Wilson, God Gifts, Annie Jones, Kevin Davis. Just the one and tell on a PMP, Patricia Williams. Problem a come. If Uno and Damien is at odds, hey, Uno wouldn't like to know what lie down waiting for Uno out here in the social media world. Damien speak for us, on behalf of us, for our children. So let me tell you, be careful. Be as Granny would have said, careful. Just be careful. And let me slip over to this particular piece before I go to Dr. Tufton. Yes, pretty girl, everybody thinks that you're pretty. I challenge you, Audrey Marks. I challenge you, Audrey Marks. Wash off your face and come in a crowd, come talk to it. Pretty girl. Well, we don't know if your face or your back or your brain put you there. Pretty girl. Wash off your face and come talk to it. Wash off the face, make we see who you be, because we don't know you. Kids and man, we don't know you. Wash off your face, Audrey Marks, so we know who we're talking to. Wash off your face. That's the paragraph. Wash off your face, Audrey Marks, because your brain, darling, might just be crammed of muck and gore like what upon your face. Wash off your face, Audrey Marks, and come make we know who you be and who we talk to, make we see if you're pretty when your face wash, Audrey Marks. Mr. Vegas and all diaspora leaders who have been contacting the embassy to find a way to show their love and stand against action that may hurt the image of Brand Jamaica have the embassy full support. Wash off your face. Because when you answer we want to know say who I talk to it. We want to know if your face full of freckles and bumps and wrinkles, and wash off your face. The question is though, Miss Marks, the Jamaican government, which you represent, is saying that they gave their full support to the embarrassing debacle of the Brokeback Mountain protesters. Cousin Myrna, Wagwa, how you do? Audrey Marks is saying it is okay for the Jamaican government to try and silence protesters on U.S. soil. If it is not okay, Miss Marks, for the call to action group to protest against corruption, depleted education, depleted, dilapidated healthcare. And let me tell you now, come tell us Nikita Bertel I tell lie. Because everything Nikita Bertel spoke to, we have been having conversations about those. The images in Nikita Bertel's video, many of us have those as well. Come tell us Nikita Bertel is lying. This Jamaican government, the first Jamaican government to pay demonstrators to suppress legitimate demonstration on U.S. soil. Tell Andrew Holness we're not making it up. It unfolded in front of the Jamaican embassy. The Jamaican embassy and the Jamaican government, Dwayne Hutchins, gave their full support to the disgraceful debacle. The Jamaican government, through Vegas, paid 9 people to go to New York to protest. They also paid the same 9 people to come back to Washington, D.C., come protest. Is the Jamaican government trying to silence and bully legitimate demonstrators on U.S. soil? If genuine Israelis who oppose to the war protest at the embassy in Britain and US against Netanyahu's conduct, they have perfectly done so and is entitled to do so. But for Netanyahu to pay protesters to come and counter-protest, to derail, in an effort to try and silence legitimate protests, this was what the Jamaican government paid for. This was what the Jamaican government initiated, organized, and supported through the embassy. Don't you think Audrey Marks and the government have questions to answer? Arcadian HVAC Service Incorporated, how are you, bro? Don't you think the Jamaican government and Audrey Marks have questions to answer to the Jamaican people? Is the Jamaican government, through its U.S. ambassador, is trying to silence Jamaicans in the diaspora? Is the Audrey Marks aware, along with the the Office of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, are they aware that they are under a duty to answer questions to any funding which they have, any funding in North America which they have collected prior to the registration of the Jamaican Global Diaspora Council, which is now registered by call to action? One think the little noise can derail the paper trail? Do you all think that the noise can derail the paper trail? Well, let me quickly go to Blunder. We will come back to about at 2:30 at my appointment, and it's soon 2 o'clock now. I may have. Take careful note of Dr. Tufton's forehead, please.
All right. Thank you very much. Welcome to my social live emergency one-on-one, how AME works. And yes, I cannot deny that the topic was influenced to some extent by my having to spend some time in the accident and emergency. And again, thanks to those who reached out and all the prayers, all the well wishes. And I'm doing well, despite the fact that I'm not as mobile as I'd like to be. So I want to have a real interesting discussion, hopefully, really educational, informative. And of course, if you have questions, please put them up on the screen. I was hoping to have a call in, but I don't think that's going to be possible, and therefore...
The truth is we don't have much time because we are going to play the lady from Falmouth again. We're not going to give Dr. Tufton so much time. My problem is, honestly, remember saying a black foreign like a Philly, a Caucasian Dr. Tufton. A half white, half Chinese Dr. Tufton. Honestly, any little scar, swelling, discoloration. Hey, hallelujah. No little scar, coloring, discoloration, swelling. You don't see anything? Almighty God, boy, them people here. You don't have no respect for it. Look here. Look cross here, so. No, sir.
Saying what you want to say.
Let us play head, shoulder, knees, and toe, doctor. Let us play head, shoulder, knees, and toes. Head. What is going on here? Dr. Top, hey, me choke. Boom, 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 boom. Dr. Tufton, your forehead, Dr. Tufton. Your forehead, Dr. Tufton. I can't even now. Dr. Tufton, your forehead. Dr. Tufton, your forehead. Dr. Tufton, I will not ask anything else but Dr. Tufton, your forehead. 1, 2, 3, forehead. Dr. Tufton. Hey, no, sir. Hey, Thomas a lie. Make up on a string and the light can shift to where the string goes. Today, Dr. Tufton, you beat Andrew Holmes. Is this an auditioning, Dr. Tufton? Is this sympathy drawing, Doctor? Dr. Rice, Dr. 8 dead baby. Oh God, doctor. Your forehead just been up in a hospital with you. We never hear nothing more foot, doctor. I know you come out with 2 sick foot and better forehead. I never know say accident can shift on the body. Hey, hallelujah. We are learning every day. So you can get bruised in your forehead and then the bruise, hallelujah. Coach, let's find your forehead, God. Your knee, you cannot make it up if you're not Dr. Tufton. You just couldn't do that. Second Brown. How you can make it up? Are you Dr. Tufton? Danny Akins. How you can make it up? Are you not Dr. Tufton? How for your scar to just travel upon your forehead, guy, your foot? And you know, Dr. Tufton, you couldn't make it up if you're not Dr. Tufton. You just couldn't do it. Look upon Dr. Tufton's 1, 2, 3, 4 head. Dr. Tufton. Why are we so fool, sir? Dr. Tufton? So you move so you wound them shift to different side of your body. No, sir. Dr. Tufton, your forehead, Dr. Tufton. Your forehead, Dr. Tufton. I cannot ask. Can anyone ask anything else? Catherine, Happiness. Dr. Tufton, your forehead. That's all me can ask this morning. The accident was contagious. backside, you know. No, stop. The accident spread. No, Catherine, you know, easy. Catherine said the accident spread. Noreen Dennison. Dr. Tufton, your forehead. And that's not my problem, Dr. Tufton. Dr. Tufton, no sweat. Dr. Tufton, your forehead. If anybody see Dr. Tufton on road for me before me book him up, just ask Dr. Tufton, your forehead. Remember when Dr. Tufton respond, I told me remember to pull that recording there now. When Dr. Tufton attack both the lady mother in Falmouth, remember how Dr. Tufton come out with the sick pain voice. We don't remember how Dr. Tufton did come out with him voice sick and a pain him. Can't remember what this year they are now. But Dr. Tufton come respond to the death of the lady in Falmouth in a very sick voice. Dr. Tufton's voice did a pain him. We're sorry for Dr. Tufton's voice. And then Dr. Tufton never remember which part. Read it in an article on Dr. Tufton. It wouldn't tell you which part you tell us the accident affected. Further, you wound them, Dr. Tufton. Just get up. This is hold on there. Let me see if I the pain advice one this. I think a pain advice did.
Having learned of this incident this morning,
the pain advice, yeah.
I made a few calls to get a sort of preliminary feedback. I have instructed the Office of the Chief Medical Officer under her supervision to work with the Regional Health Authority, Western Region, and the management of the Falmouth Hospital to dispatch a team from Kingston to support the report that will be necessary, which hopefully will involve statements both from the victims, from the family, as well as from the medical team and the management staff. And so I'm hoping that there will be a speedy conclusion as to what exactly happened. In the meantime, I've asked for counseling to be provided to the family members. These are always very unfortunate, especially when you lose a loved one. It creates a lot of pain and suffering. And it is important that the system responds to provide absolute transparency on what may have happened and to draw the appropriate conclusions based on the evidence, based on the information. And I've asked that the Chief Medical Officer, I've elevated to the Chief.
So first,
monitoring, so they will jot those questions.
If I since he come out of hospital, me don't want to tell no lie upon him. First, it was Dr. Tufton, hand and forehead. Then the sickness moved into Dr. Tufton's voice. Then we come to find out now it gone down a foot. Foot, what we never know about. Yes. Dr. Tufton, foot. Look like he broke too. Hey, hallelujah. Couldn't make it up if you're not Dr. Tufton.
The hospitals in Jamaica short of bed. It's short of bed and people are dying. People are dying even when they can get help. And it is a very sad state for the country to be in. Any country that cannot provide good medical health is going nowhere. It's going nowhere. All right. Result come back by 10:30. We said we need to get her to move now. When I went back to hospital, to farm hospital, we said, all right, how are we going to transport her? Can we get a JDF helicopter? I said, what's the procedure? Mom, we are trying to work out her to move, but there is no ambulance again at Falmouth, so we're trying to get an ambulance from Montego Bay. I said, can we pay for private? Dr. S. Dixon, go and tell me,
if you even pay for private, no nurse will want to go. I said, but before, you know, Monday night, when we went to look for my mother, remember, so she admitted for Saturday morning. The nurse said, Miss, there's only 2 pills left, 2 imodipine left. I said, what do you mean? 2 pills left. We bought a week's supply for $95,000. Miss, there's no pill. I said, what do you mean? Say there's no pill. I said, the pill can't last. I said, I want to find the pill. The last, my mother pill, you know, or to me, then teeth my mother medication, you know. I said, what do you mean? Say the pill last. I said, with the search, I gave the nurse the pill for 1 week's supply. Every 4 hours, 60 milligrams. You remember that pill that we paid $95,000 for? Eh? Then say, all right, we're going to search, we're going to investigate who was on duty, we describe the person. Then say, call nurses supervisor officer and report the case that the pill is lost, or in this case, stolen, or thief with. When we call nurses supervisor office at Falmouth Hospital, about 8:30 the night, because after visiting hours, someone tell me say she only have 2 pills, and 2 pills is 1 dose because one of the pills is 30 milligrams. So that means if it's every 4 hours, you know, Jamaica, she would miss at least 3 doses over the course of the night, and they already delay her. You understand me? She would miss 3 doses. Me say no, what this I get from bad to worse. Me say no. Me say this too much. This too much for the family now. This too much. Anyhow, because me like follow protocol. Me call nurses quarters and report the situation. Ma'am, you call at a bad time. I say, excuse me? Excuse me? That is at about 8:30 tonight. Me say, I'm telling you that the hospital couldn't provide the pill to treat my mother at first. We bought it for $95,000. Give it to the hospital. The hospital lost the pill. And me I report it and you tell me so me call at a bad time in Jamaica. Well, I heard of the matter. We are investigating it, but there's nothing that we can do at this time. I said, what do you mean? I said, tell me. I said, you tell me, say, we no go provide the pill. At least get the night supply until it's search and find. You go, Miss, well, sorry. We can't do nothing about that. You have to come back in the morning. I said, but what is? So, of course, we don't know. We have to go back to hospital Monday night. And I have the video, and I'm going to release the video when we talk to the nurse. You understand me? So, I say, only if you lost my mother pill. Miss, we don't know. They treat people like garbage at Falmouth Hospital. Kingston. To Kingston. She go to Kingston Wednesday at UWI Hospital. UWI can't believe. They say, when they admit your mother, me say Saturday morning 5 that's up there, the team. Can't ship her off. Then can't understand. When she reach at home, she too late. The mother lungs start collapse, her heart start collapse. The mother dead. The mother dead. Dead. You understand me? Because of the heap of delay and back and forth. And no want this to blast. I want everybody to learn about this. Me not eat. First you go in the hospital, me can't eat. You understand me? My mother dead. Died. Friday after 12. Or if you want to call it Saturday morning. Because when Kingston get her to perform surgery, they couldn't do it. Everything start to fail. I should go in the hospital for Saturday. Tell me now, Jamaica, what kind of health system this in 2024? This must blast. This must blast because if it could be your family member. It could be a long time. Me go hospital and then short a bed and me hold it, but this gone too far. All I keep hearing in my head. My mother they cry and say me head. Take off it, take off it. And that doctor Wilkins at farm go say, Mom, you have to wait. See there? You have to wait. She dead. She dead now. And she could have gotten help, but because of the neglect, no machine at their farm. You hear me? We no blast this to me. We no blast this to me. We no blast this to me. This medical system kill off my mother. Kill off my mother. And people need to know. Gloria Smith Paris. I hope you come out of pain now. You suffer. You suffer. You suffer at the hand of the medical system. But her pain done now. She dead. Her pain done now.
This was a corporate murder. Dr. Tufton and the Ministry of Health ought to be up in front of the court for corporate manslaughter. This was crime committed by the state. Thank you very much for being here this morning. I have to go run, got my appointment now, so I will talk to you later. But try remember now no walking. If you no see Dr. Tufton, tap him on his shoulder and say, Dr. Tufton, 1, 2, 3, forehead. Good afternoon and good morning from Global Television.